Join discord.gg/flat earth and enter a VC check-in room, and someone will come along to VC verify you to get involved with the conversation about our Earth.
Enemy spotted.
venutianPunk.
Right.
The
That's
aliens could
a
be.
good point. That's a good point in general. Yeah, people claiming that the Earth has been around for billions of years. That's a long time. And in that time
That's enough.
frame. Oh, sorry.
That's enough time for a species of dinosaur to have evolved into an intelligent species, living underground, developing an advanced technology to take us over.
I don't know, but if humans are still
the
evolving, I
Tuscan
hope they don't
impact.
evolve into an alien apple.
You got the meteor and wipe them all out. So they say.
You guys, sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. What was the claim or whatever about Earth's age and human population or whatever?
Oh, too soon. You're hard to hear.
What about now?
I'm gonna piss out of it.
No, we probably have to turn you up.
That's okay. No, that's fine. I'll because I'm not on my computer right now, so it kind of sucks. So I'll stop trying.
I mean, we can hear you clear. It's just low. So.
Okay.
What was
sorry.
your question? What was your question? Sorry.
Who is asking? What about the Earth's age and human population or whatever?
Oh, that was me, yo.
Yeah. What did you say about it? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear.
Yeah, so I was like thinking about this. I was like, people are saying the Earth has been around for billions of years. Some people even say it's trillions of years. So long that we can't even fathom. And then I was thinking, mathematically speaking, if that was true, then we would have so many more people.
I have an answer for that if you'd like, or I can try to answer it to the best of my layman ability.
Yeah, what's up?
So I'll make a quick point. I don't think if anyone makes the claim that it's trillions of years old, that would be a hard thing to claim because, from what we know, the universe isn't a trillion years old. I mean, don't get me wrong, the universe is very old, but I don't think it's reached a trillion yet. That is,
4.5 billion, I think they are claiming.
Yeah, it's like 400-ish billion at this point. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's in the couple hundreds.
And that's mental. That's super mental.
That's very long. But also, the Earth itself has been around for about 14 billion years. So not even 20, which is still quite a long time. Now, the reason there's not, I will say historically, estimates are, and these are estimates because we can't do population censuses on the past, unfortunately, but there's probably been roughly 100-ish billion people alive ever. That includes the roughly 8 billion now, and then anyone that's come before. You have to consider that Homo sapiens specifically have been around for about 200,000 years to 300,000 at most.
How we know that?
Yeah, how do you verify that? Yeah, how do we verify that?
No, for sure. Well, again, this is the layman understanding. You'd have to speak to an anthropologist or a biological.
Anthropology is a pseudoscience. Did you know that?
No. I mean, it's related to science. Hold on, let me get.
No. It's not related to science. No. It's not related to science. It's pseudoscience. Can you?
Let me finish. So
yeah,
again,
can I citate again? That what you said that is science. It's not science. It's pseudoscience.
Okay. Well,
right.
Let me continue. Anyway, so.
Is it science or pseudoscience? That we can continue.
I'm just gonna keep making my point. Thank you.
Is it science or pseudoscience? We can continue then.
I'm gonna keep making my point. Thank
you. Yeah. You can point. You can continue with the point. But
from what we know is that people have been.
Can we agree on this? Is it that science or pseudoscience? And then we can continue. Sorry, guys. Only this thing, a little thing. If
roughly in time, so player rock, but also so that's relative dating, right? Relative dating is and saying, oh, look, this is roughly that time frame. You have absolute dating, So you can think of like carbon dating, which is like a very
Yeah,
classic
I
example.
know
But
carbon dating. My wife studied
other
carbon dating. You know,
other
my wife
forms
is
of
yeah,
dating,
but
radiometric, and there's different kinds of radiometric dating. There's different kinds of radioactive isotopes.
I'm telling you,
Additionally,
I'm telling you.
dendrology,
This
which
is this is
studies
very painful.
Jesus
This is super
Christ.
painful. Super
and
painful to listen to this
yeah.
shit.
All right, well, you guys keep interrupting me, and I'm just trying to make what I was trying to say what I can top. So
Okay, can we put like that? Do you have any scientific evidence that proving that something it's old 200,000 years?
again, I'm just a layman. I can't point to any specific studies. It's not my field. Just
It's
No, he
not
was
your
just
field.
Even 200,000 is a lot.
yeah, that's
just spitting
big
out
number.
the rhetoric.
But that's just
200,000 years
yes,
of
yes, sure.
people reproducing and people having farms and
Well,
growing in
no, actually,
population.
not farms. Unfortunately, the Neolithic Revolution, that's when agriculture largely comes about, wasn't a thing until about 10,000 years ago, roughly give or take 12,000. So, like, for most of
Uh,
humanity, we weren't farming.
uh,
We were just sort of
do you have
scavenging.
any question again? Do you have any scientific proof that something
Ah.
it's old 10,000 years?
I will answer this again. Just a layman, can't point to anything. I'm just saying what's up.
I'm asking you again, do you have any scientific evidence in the human
I-
history?
I just gave you the answer, man. You can accept it as a no
Doesn't.
or whatever. I
No.
said I'm a
Okay,
layman.
that means that you
So he
don't have
doesn't.
it. Okay.
He's just giving us the
Yeah,
rhetoric that to
I should
explain
I
both
should
his
I should have
questions.
just said more mathematical numbers. So I do apologize for all the chaos.
you're
I
good.
was just trying to say that mathematically speaking, without like a specific number, that if the world existed that long, then we would have more people. I mean, just
That's all.
sentence.
Not really. I mean, that's why. But why? You know what I mean? Like life
Well,
evolved as it
because
did, and we
people,
made it.
well, because people reproduce. I mean, if you, okay, so 0.464% growth rate, or doubling every 156 years, you would reach 7 to 8 billion people. If you follow, hold on, I didn't really prepare. It was just a
You're
thought
good.
that crossed my mind, so
No,
I'm just like,
I'm not asking you for like a hard bit or whatever. But I will say you really have to take into consideration the fact that again, for most of humanity, relatively, we haven't had like the medical science or even close to an understanding of like germ theory, hand washing, how to treat trauma, what foods not to eat. You have to take into account events that would have wiped out a lot of us: wars, famine, whatever else, right? Like animals. Animals for the longest time were our biggest predators. You know, we were just hunted. So it's not like we just keep polygamy minors, but it's not like we just always have sex. We're not rabbits. You get my point? Unfortunately.
Do you believe that something what people saying that 10,000 years old, it's 10,000 years old?
Yes,
right,
that's what I said.
right.
Why you believe that?
Again, because I'm a layman and I trust in the experts for the most part.
Why you trust them?
Speaking of it, wait. I don't want to interrupt, but I have to because the word expert. I was thinking about that just today, actually. An expert is essentially a master. They mastered whatever they understand. So
Yes.
if ex,
Well, like a thing like
if an expert is a master, right? An expert. If you're an expert at something, you are a master. You're class A, elite.
yeah.
So so the master should be able to give you definite answers.
So, and
And
well, for the most part, I
and
think they could. You know, if you go to like a PhD in whatever field they're talking about, I don't
yeah,
know, PhD in like zoology of bats. You get my point? You ask them anything about a bat, even more so about a certain species of bat. I'm sure they could run around in circles telling you whatever that you wanted to know for like hours on end about that kind of bat or about bats in general, and then to a lesser extent about zoology and even lesser extent biology, right?
Or
Like,
people that know Lord of the
that's just how
Rings
that
that
works.
well too.
Uh,
Yo,
can I ask you a now simple question? If you study now, for example, 30 years of human history and everything, you know, and you became PhD, then you will explain it to me how everything, how something is 10,000 years old, or you will show it to me how something is 10,000 years old.
I mean, I'm sure they could, man. That's their field. If they're studying, the age of the Earth or human anthropology
Okay,
or
okay.
evolution or
How
anything
many,
similar, I'm sure they could.
how many years I need to study to realize, for example, that water is curving?
Dude, I don't know, man. Well, again, So if you want to know like years,
No,
again, if
I'm asking you about this because this is also at that time I'm jumping a little bit, but I want to understand. For example, how much school I need to finish to realize that heliocentric model, that water is curving.
like that you're told it or that you can understand the math behind it and everything,
No,
like to a degree.
no. That I can believe and say the water that the earth is spherical.
I don't know, man, like first grade, second grade, whatever they were that probably
Okay,
kindergarten.
yeah, I finished that.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I finished. I was good in math also. I was
so
one
speak.
of in the class. In the
Out there.
in the class, I was one of the two the best ones in the math.
That's cool,
I
man.
What evidence?
And
Evidence.
I learned also geometry in the school.
What evidence? What evidence did they give
And I
you
learned
in
and I
first
learned
grade?
and I learned spheres. Did you learn
That's cool,
spheres?
man.
Do you need to
I
be
think
scientist? Okay, great. Do you need to be scientist or PhD to learn geometry?
that's not what I
Nope.
said.
Nope.
No, I'm
I didn't say
asking
shit.
Yeah.
you. I'm asking
So no,
you now.
you can guess my answer. You don't have
Okay,
to.
okay, go. That means I don't need that. Good.
Great.
And if I don't need that, if I'm good in math, and if I want to measure something and use the geometry, and if his math is not matching, what shall I do?
I don't know, man. Probably talk to
Got to
someone
question things.
in
Got to
the
question. You got to verify yourself. Can't make claims. You can't verify it. By the way, I just wanted to just kind of give you something to work with. So, like, just hypothetically, just year zero, like the start of the Earth, biblically speaking.
So stop to left.
So there's like 7 people on Earth. Like like there's a low amount of people on Earth, and then they reproduce, and then to do this mathematically, you'd have to double every 156 years for every 7 people that for the 7 people that are reproducing, and then their offspring reproduces. If you double that every 156 years, you'll have 7 billion people roughly around after 4,500 years.
Okay.
So so
So
that's
again,
what I'm
I don't, and that's pure math, which I'm not saying it doesn't have its use. You can do a lot of things with pure math, but and again, I'm not an expert in human lifespan, but it doesn't take into account that there's infertile people, dead people. Even if you have offspring, your offspring have to have offspring technically for you to be. You have to have offspring that are fertile enough to have offspring of themselves to be successful in terms of uh, living in a very biological sense. If you don't,
some I think that's somewhat true because
but
a lot of people be having babies that shouldn't be having babies.
right? Well, that's sure, but I mean, like their offspring have to be fertile as well. People don't have to die. People have to not starve enough to, not have their own kids starve. You get my point? Like, there's a lot. Unfortunately, again, we're not rabbits. We're not just like fuck machines. It would be very
Well,
interesting if we were.
I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I'm just saying, mathematically speaking, if the world was that old, we would have way more people.
Uh,
Just saying, we'd have
my
so
my
many
mother
more
and
people.
I guess we disagree
my
then. That's really all there is to it.
my
Oh, wait,
mother-in-law
wait.
has.
What about the wars? What about the people that die in wars?
I just wanted to say my mother-in-law has something like 36 grandchildren, maybe even
That's
Right.
more.
cool.
Right, and so
And then
those
plenty of
36 grandchildren, when they get older and they reproduce, I mean, it's just roughly speaking, just seven.
Okay,
Like it's just if you double the population every 156 years, you will result in about 7 billion people.
Right, but you don't double the population of that. So
Can I ask you guy? Do you believe in carbon dating?
correct, as I said before.
You believe? Okay. I have a problem, a little one.
I will
In
say
a
you can keep
in the
talking,
per-
but I have to go. Like,
in a personal life, my wife is biochemist,
all right, cool.
biochemist.
You can keep going. I do have to like hang up in
And my
2
wife,
minutes.
I asked my wife now what she's thinking about carbon dating, and she told me, Sasha, for carbon dating, there is no experiment for any carbon dating. There is man-made, how to say, there is operation. It's a guess observation. It's a man-made observation. It's a not scientific experiment used for carbon dating. That it's telling you the biochemist. Chemist, doesn't matter, he will understand my bad accent.
I mean, I understand you, man. Your accent's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm struggling now. She's not PhD, but she finished the how to say university.
Yeah, does she have like a bachelor's, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
She, yeah,
Cool.
postgrad, 5 years. Yeah, cool. I'm also saying it. Cool. That's about carbon dating. Maybe something in 100 years I will give you, but not more than that. And that's because I think of blood something. But for anything else, nah. I'm sorry. It's a
All right.
guesswork.
Well, it was fun talking, but I do have to go, so I will be back later. Have a good
Okay.
night for the moment.
Bye.
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 What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.